And I kept asking myself, how long will this continue to be? How long are we going to dwell on this kind of mountain? I know, well, I heard that for you to be financially free, you should go to school, get good grades, so that at the end of the day, you can get good job. That was what I did. Went to school, did everything, did all I could do to make sure I graduate as with the best result as possible. And after graduating, served my father's land, came back to Lagos just to get a job. Within 2 weeks, I got a job in one of the biggest companies in this country. Now, this was the human being that went to get a job. Out of 60 persons, they selected just 6 of us. And as God may have it, I was amongst the 6. And they asked me, how much would you like us to pay you? And I told them, well, pay me according to my services. They said, no, you quote an amount for us. And after quoting the amount, they looked at me. Immediately, I calculated my transport. My transport alone was 37,000 naira. And guess what? How much do you think I should tell them in a city like Lagos should be my salary? Well, for a start, I told them, pay me 150,000 naira. That was fair. But the white men gave me the shock of my life. They said, young man, for a start, we are only going to pay you 30,000 naira. Yes, 30. And that was the shocker. And well and good. Just like many of us say, a bird at hand is worth more than 20 in the bush. What did I do? I picked up the job. But at the end of my first month, I was paid 21,000 naira. At the end of my second month, I was just paid 19K. And I told myself, if I continue in this way, a day will come, I might just be paid 5K. And I would have nothing to say about it. Now, I saw my life playing the same way that of my dad, that of my mom played. Because at a point in life, my mom was placed on a surgery. You know, sometimes when you hear our leaders tell you that one medical condition can wipe away your savings of 20 to 30 years, I'm a bona fide testifier of that. Because in that surgery, guess what? My dad had to pay through his nose just to bring out my mom from different complications. And that was why everything turned upside down. And I saw the same thing happening to me. I never had enough to even help myself. And what did I do? I saw the challenges. I said, let me go back to school. Possibly, it's because of this. Maybe, if I further my education, I can do what? I can get a better paying job. And I went to do my master's. Now, while I was studying, I know my boss might not remember, but I remember him meeting me one day on the road and asking me, are you free so and so time? There is something. I never knew what he was inviting me for. But he just told me on the passing. And I ignored him. Yes, he was a senior friend in NIFES. All of us were in NIFESians. He graduated before me. And as a senior, I never knew what he was telling me, he was inviting me for. But my spirit was telling me it was something related to network marketing. But guess what? Because I had my own share of people doing networking around me. My mom did 5 different networking. Nothing. All her people, nobody was a people. So immediately you tell me, net, don't complete the working. I'm running away. And another young man who also showed me this opportunity was who? Ambassador John Ugu, a very close friend of mine, right from school days 2010 to 11. Came to my house and showed me this amazing opportunity. But guess what? I never got started. I never knew my village who were flying a car on my head. And at the third time of asking, I was invited all the way from Usuka down to Ibadan to see this opportunity. And that was where the turnaround started. Now, this was the same young man, as a graduate, master's degree holder, medical physicist, graduated as the best graduating student. But guess what? Big certificates, zero bank charge alert, sorry. And courtesy of this amazing opportunity, things started changing for me. Now, things did not just start things did not just start changing automatically. It did not just start changing overnight. I did not just wake up to start giving back to the society. That same young man who couldn't afford to take care of himself with his salary started taking care of people out there. He didn't just start like this. There were lots of challenges. This was me and one of the person who showed me this opportunity, Ambassador John Ugu. You know, we started long ago. But guess what? Courtesy of this amazing opportunity, I can say a lot of things started changing. But what were the challenges I encountered? Number one was close friends and acquaintances. You see, many of us come into this business, and the goal is that, I know Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, that immediately they see this opportunity, they will jump into it. That was what I thought as well. I showed a lot of my friends. You know, when I started this business, the first 400 of my friends, I shared video. I invited, the day I paid, I invited my friend in the same state to come see this opportunity. He told me he will pay the next day. Till today, 2019 November till date, he has not paid till now. Showed a lot of them promised. Over 400 of my friends. You know, when I see people telling me I wrote my first list, I wrote my second list, nothing. I wrote all my list. My list was not booked. My upline did not even bother to book my list. But guess what? I was not looking at my upline. I kept doing everything I could do. Showed 400, sent the videos. 400 persons, nobody was interested. Nobody made a part payment. It was after like 2 months. Somebody came in through questionnaire, paid 10,000, and never came back to do this business. And for my first 5-6 months, nobody signed up into my business. And I kept asking myself, how long will I continue? People were laughing at me. You know, guess what? Guess what? My parents sat down and said, no. You can't be doing a business like this, because I had a card to travel outside this country to do this business, to further my education, to even work in London. Yes, there was one of my church members that was already ready. Everything has been said. All you needed to do was to travel abroad and do what? Practice as a medical physicist. But because of me saying no, it turned my house upside down. Everybody was against me. At a point, I would have to climb fence just to enter my house. Because my mom said to me now, did you say for 6 months you've been doing this and nothing to show forth? She did her best to even go around my estate asking people not to join my business. You know, we did a challenge, home launch challenge, sometime 2020. And I was doing home launches like tomorrow no day. In a month, I did over 25 home launches. People came, over 70 persons in total came. But by the time they want to pay, my mom would just come out and say, don't pay, oh. My son is just wasting his time. And that was the left things got to in my family. Despite the struggles, my siblings were against me, my parents were against me, and I kept asking myself, what do I do? One thing was that I never missed trainings. Some of us signed up and we are complaining, how do I survive? Hey, I'm in a place where nothing is moving. I had to travel all the way from Lagos down to Enugu at some point to come and learn my business. I also encountered the challenge of strangers, people I call mentors, both spiritual mentors and co. Many of them told me, quit this business. Some of them even offered to even pay for me to do PhD. But I said no. But I kept on. At a point, I built a team. We are at the point I was already a comfortable 6-figure earner, but something happened along the line. Attrition happened, where I lost every of my teammates. And that was because I decided to hand over my team to my upline. And it crashed my business. But guess what? I kept doing everything. And one problem I encountered was that all my teammates, everybody were students. All were students. And you know now, students' life, they will tell you today they don't have money, tomorrow they don't have money. So the little money I was making, I was still borrowing to make sure my teammates could afford to book. Any day I don't have money, they don't have money. Nothing happens in the business. But I kept on. Now, what kept me going was my why. My why was that I wanted to bring my family to a point where they don't need to depend on anybody, where me personally, I don't need to depend on anybody. Because I saw medical conditions in my family and I told myself, I want to be in a position where no matter the amount I will be paying for any medical condition, if the need arises, nobody will suffer. Nobody's income will suffer. What kept me going was my mentors. Apart from our president, who saw this vision, one person I've always looked up to was Ambassador Dr. Elijah Amba. Another person was Ambassador Architect Moses Onu. That was once the two set of persons who kept me going. Personal development, I never played with this. Every blessed day, at least 15 minutes, I made sure I went online and read something, watched a video. I never missed a training. If you are here and you are missing training, I'm sorry for you. Now, another thing was a better future. I was looking towards a better future. Now, that better future started coming. Things started changing. I was recognized as Star Connector different times, over 5 different times. And apart from that, the goal of what? The people's life that I've been able to impact. Now, these are some of the different set of persons who, courtesy of this amazing opportunity, have been recognized, courtesy of a project like this. And by God's grace, I'm a Zanzibar trip qualifier, I'm a Dubai trip qualifier, courtesy of a project like this. Now, I know my time is almost gone, but let me say this. You know, one thing, right from school days, I've been hearing of the name called Dr. Elijah Amba. You know, I came into school in night first. They were telling me, be like this man, be like this. I never knew who he was. I had not seen him, but I was already hearing his name. And when I came into this opportunity, I started hearing about another Dr. Elijah. But I called, I said, is it this same man that I heard of in school? They said, yes. I said, if it's this same man that I've been hearing and I'm in this same business, I'm ready to go. And I said, I would never tell him who I was until the day I will earn it to meet him face to face. And that was the day I made it. Where I had a handshake with him, one-on-one. It was one of my best moments. And from this same opportunity, I was able to travel to also Dubai, courtesy of a project like this. Now, these are just some of the amazing experiences. My time is fast spent, so I need to be very, very fast because I needed to say the last things I will need to say. Now, courtesy of a project like this, despite the challenges, despite me who would have to climb the fence to enter my house, sometimes I'll be locked outside till after 11 in the night to 12 in the night just to enter my house. And you know, our leaders will always say, leave your comfort zone. I had to leave my comfort zone. I had to go to a place. I had to travel down to Enugu where I never knew anybody. In short, I started squatting in the office. I stayed in the office for what? For 6 different months, over 6 months. I was falling sick every blessed week. People were thinking that I was a sickler. I was taking my bath every 3 days. I would travel down to where Abokis used to bathe in one public bathroom. That was where I was taking my bath every blessed 3 days. And I told myself that this business will give me a place to stay. And guess what? Courtesy of this, I was able to rent a place I could call my own. I could pay my rent. And people never believed. People around me never believed that that same young man who was squatting in an office space to rent a place. Because of my time. Now, courtesy of this amazing opportunity again, I've been celebrated as a Millionaire Circle member. I've been celebrated, and it's not just that, but it's about the number of people you can impact out there. I could be able to impact. Now, this was like my third time standing with the Phenom himself and my upline and leader right now, Ambassador Architect Moses Onu. It was a rare privilege. And by God's grace, the same young man who lost all his team started building again last year. And from last year, in less than a year, I was able to raise this number of persons who were able to follow me down for the what? For the Evolve. And God of this project, a lot of things changed. I could be able to stand to say thank God for this same set of persons. And finally, my appreciation goes to the president of Century 21 Freedom Group International, our own ambassador, Dr. Michael Okoli, and my mentors, Ambassador Dr. Elijah Amba, Ambassador Architect Moses Onu, the limit breakers also. My appreciation goes to everybody in my team, my leaders in my team, Ubame Soma, Reverend Kanona Mara, Queen Darlene, and the rest of them, and individuals like who? Nurse Ujulu is Eguche, Mrs. Rachel Uwagwe, Miss Joy Umba, Ambassador John Ugu, Mr. Bright Ukaigwe. My appreciation goes to these guys. Why? Because once I would always go to them and ask them, how far? What do I need to do? And they were always there. They were always there to give me, to tell me what I needed to do to make sure everything goes as planned. And finally, my final appreciation goes to God for bringing me to this amazing opportunity, for keeping me in every step of the way. And I believe that you listening to the sound of my voice, you can be the next to be celebrated. So despite any challenges you are passing through, I tell you, you are not a failure. You can be a success. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you, Ambassador Elijah, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, my leader, Ambassador Architect Moses Onu. Thank you, Ambassador Sophia. Over to you.
All right, thank you so much. Please, let's go to the comment section and celebrate this man. Oh my God, if you're not celebrating this man, you are very, very wrong. Let's go to the comment section and celebrate him. Let's go to the comment section and celebrate him. Despite the setback, he was still able to conquer. He has not even started yet. Oh my God. Please, let's celebrate him. Let's celebrate him. Let's celebrate him. Imagine what happened. Imagine what happened. His own mom. And guess who is enjoying right now? Guess who is enjoying all the results? His mom. So let's go to the comment section. Let's celebrate this man. Let's celebrate this man. Despite what the challenges you're going through, I need to tell you that your dreams are valid. Your dreams are valid. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be bringing on stage our trainer for today. Oh my God, if you're ready, go to the comment section and type the name of the person that is coming on board. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I make welcome no other person than Ambassador Architect Moses, the Eagle. Let's go to the comment section and type the Eagle. Let's go to the comment section and type the Eagle as it takes the stage. Good morning, sir. The stage is yours, sir. You're welcome. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome, and happy new week. Happy new week, and we're already in the last 3 days of the month of July. And I would want to ask you, how has it been this year? You wanted to, I'm sure that at the beginning of the year, every one of us, we set out with our goals. We set out with our targets for the new year. I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to achieve that. 7 months is almost gone of the year. Question is, how far have you fared? Have you been greeted along the way with some disappointments? In fact, do you feel disappointed at your results in spite of your efforts? Do you even feel you failed? Or do you even feel you are failing? Are you at a point in your business right now that things doesn't seem to be going as planned or as anticipated? and you're beginning to feel, I don't think I'm doing well. I don't think I'm succeeding. I'm not seeing myself succeeding. Why? Because I'm not getting the results that I desire. This morning, I just came to charge you. It's a very, just to say a few things. I hope to be as fast as possible today. Just to say a few things. It's not a training I came to do, just to remind us of what we already know. Just to remind us of the things you already know, just to remind you, You know, the truth is that in life, the path to success, which you already know, isn't a straightforward path. At some point, you would have to face disappointments. At some point, you will have to deal with things not working as planned. At some point, you have to get frustrated. Last week, I did a training for my team on how to handle and overcome frustration. I think the training is on YouTube. Maybe you can go and listen to that training. Right? Some of us are at the point where we are feeling frustrated. It's as if you're doing it and then you're not getting the result. Is it possible to overcome failure? We're going to find out this morning. So just a few notes about failure. I want you to understand that it is actually okay to fail. You know, growing up, we have been programmed that failure is a bad thing, that we should not fail, which is good. You know, we went to school, we write our exams, we come back home with a result that is not also good. And then we get flogged, we get spanked because we didn't pass as expected. And then everything, we were punished for failing. We were punished for performing below par. We were punished for that, which was also very good. But then it also had a negative impact. The negative impact is that it has caused us to avoid failure. So because of that programming that we received while we were growing up, everybody, the people who were coming first in the class, they were being celebrated, right? They were being celebrated, and those who weren't were almost ostracized. Okay? Now, what happened is that because of that, when as adults, when we do things and we do not see immediate success, because we're adults, there are no older persons to flog us this time around. There are no higher figures to spank us, to rebuke us the same way they did while we were younger. What begins to happen is that we begin to spank ourselves. We get hard on ourselves. We begin to beat ourselves up. In fact, we most times throw in the towel. We most times decide, just to give up. Why? Because I can't afford to fail. I am failing. I'm not doing well. Right? And most often we stop. Imagine that Miracle that just shared his testimony this morning. Imagine that he stopped because of the initial failures he experienced while he started building his business. Imagine that he stopped. Imagine that he stopped in spite of the disappointment from the people, from family, and the discouragement from family. Just imagine that he stopped. This morning, I just want to let you, it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail because, you see, it is this programming that we have about failure that makes us want to throw in the towel. Why do we want to throw in the towel? Because we feel it is terrible to fail and we can't afford to fail. So rather than failing and being a failure, I would rather just throw in the towel so that I won't have to deal with failing. It's okay to fail. It is okay to fail. That is, if there's anything you've learned or you're going to learn this morning, tell yourself it is okay to fail. Are you with me now? Because you see, failure is a normal part of life. Now, you see, someone has said failure is not fatal, right? I'm going to talk about redefining failure. But one thing you must understand, because it depends on how you also see failure as well. It's a normal part of life. When we attempted to work as babies, or when we watch babies attempt to walk, do they start walking from the first attempt? Of course they don't. As a baby will stutter, a baby will fall, rise up again. But what is it that causes that baby to eventually walk? You see, that initial pause, that initial attempt, and then not succeeding at that attempt, is what so many of us call failures today. We need to learn from babies. Babies understand that for me to work, I must keep trying again. That it is okay to fall, even though I am attempting to stand and to walk. But you see, because they've understood, even us, we tell them, come on, do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Failing is a normal part of life. There is nothing you are ever going to, there is nothing new. There is nothing new that you will ever attempt to do and you will succeed from the first attempt. There's nothing. That's one thing you must understand. There is nothing new you attempt to do that you will start succeeding from the word go. No. Provided it is something new, provided it is something you are venturing in, probably for the first time in your life, you will struggle. You will experience some failure. So it is normal part of life. We have all failed at something or sometime in our lives. Each and every one of us. There's none of us who is a superstar here. Even in fact, superstars are the people that have failed the most. Are you following me now? We have all failed at something and at some times in our lives. Now, failing at one thing doesn't mean that your entire life is one big failure. That's one thing you must understand. Now, do you know why some of us are finding it difficult to succeed even in this business? You know why? Some of us are still taunted by the ghost of our failures in other things we had tried before and we failed at. Even that thing you think you failed at, the reason you failed at it was that you didn't continue trying. You stopped. You threw in the towel. That's why it became a failure. I promise you that that area of your life, that thing you had tried before that you failed at, if you had persisted and if you had continued, you would have eventually succeeded. So many of us have tried singing. How many of you here have tried singing? Some of us have even tried releasing an album. I tried. I admit now, we've tried so many things that we didn't succeed at. But then, you know, real failure begins when you begin to term every aspect of your life as a failure. Why? Because you had tried and failed somewhere before. So what happens to most of us is that we allow our past experience to color our life journey. The fact that you are not good at something before doesn't mean that you can't be good at this. And I can tell you that so many of you right now in this business, you are still haunted by your past failures. You are still haunted by your past disappointment. Oh, I tried this. It did not work. How am I even sure that this one is going to work? And because of that past experience, so many of us are not giving this our best. You are not giving what you're currently doing right now your best. And you see, you cannot succeed at anything you don't give your best. You cannot succeed in anything, at anything you do not give your best. Dr. Mbao was saying the other day, some people say, my business is not doing well. My business is not doing, I'm not doing well, I'm not doing. You see, if you sit down with you and have a discussion, you will find out that you are not doing the business well. That's why the business is not doing well. That is why the business is not doing well. Why? Because you are not giving it your best. And the reason most of us are not giving it our best is because we've tried something before. Some of us have even tried network marketing before and you did not succeed at it. So you've experienced failure before. Now, but then you understand that failing at one thing doesn't mean that your entire life is one big failure. That you tried to do a home launch and it wasn't successful, nobody signed up, doesn't mean that the whole business is a failure. That you invited to an event and then your prospect did not show up, or that they showed up but they did not sign up. You have tried to sign up some persons and it has not worked. It doesn't mean that your whole business is one big failure. Now you see, you truly fail when you stop trying. Now this is when it becomes failure. Failure is when you have given up trying. That is when you attempt to fail. Now, listen to me. Never judge a man who is still making an attempt, who is still making an attempt to succeed. Never conclude on a man. Never conclude on a woman who is still throwing the punch. Never, because anything can change. Never conclude on yourself, provided you are still making the attempt at success. Who is still making an attempt? The only person who has failed is the person who has stopped making an attempt. That's the person who has failed. So long as you are still there, you are still persisting, you are still resisting, you are still what? You are still pursuing, you have not failed. Provided you are still making the attempt, provided you are still inviting, provided you are still prospecting, provided you are still presenting, provided you are still closing, I can tell you, you have not failed. You have only failed the day you decide to throw in the towel. He said, I'm done. I'm done. So true failure is when you've stopped. But so long as you're still throwing in the punch, no, you still have chances for success. Success is not built upon success. Success is built on failures. Are you with me now? Success, we expect that every first step we take should be successful. Every first attempt should be successful. Everything we do should succeed. No, success is not built upon success. Success is built on failures. You will fail your way to success. That is one thing you should accept. In fact, do you know that messing up makes you wiser and a smarter person? Do you know one thing that people discover about our business? Eventually, you discover that this business is not just about the money. Now, when you didn't make enough money, you will find out that the experiences you went through in this business has made you a better person and is making you a smarter person. And that is what your failure does for you. I was telling my team last week and I said, listen, you see, sometimes we need to fail at something. We need to fail at some point. Things need to go south sometimes. Because you see, if everything is going on well, the normal tendency, the normal human tendency is that we become complacent. We relax because everything is well, everything is moving on fine. You just do one presentation like this, people are signing up. You do this one again, people are signing up, people are upgrading, people are doing. There's no difficulty. What eventually happens is that we relax. We stop developing ourselves. We stop improving ourselves. That is what good times create. Good times, if you are enjoying good times, you will become complacent. You know what I'm talking about. Many of us, because our business is moving, our downlines are getting signed up, everybody, we're encoding. There is code everywhere. You'll find out that the period that you are in a streak, you are enjoying a streak of success. One thing usually happens is that you become complacent. You stop reading books. In fact, when everything is moving well and moving on fast, you even stop attending trainings because you feel, I've solved the challenge. There's nothing more there. Is it not? You even stop attending trainings. So guess what? The disappointment comes to rejig you, to wake you up. You see, the beautiful thing about disappointments and even failures or failure is that what? It keeps you on the track. It keeps reminding you that, listen, you are not there yet. And that is why you will keep seeking to improve yourself. That is why your failures makes you wiser and smarter, because if you go through that process, you tried to run a presentation, it did not work. You didn't get sign-ups. What happens is that what? You will come back and ask yourself, why is it that it didn't work? You begin to search for answers. That is what failure does for you. So if everything were to move all right, I promise you, there is not going to be any improvement about our lives. So messing up makes you what? Wiser and a smarter person. You see, people that their heart has been broken in relationship, they become smarter. They become wiser in relationships. That is what failure does for you. That is what disappointment does for you. It teaches you, you become smarter. You say, okay, the next time I'll become better. So you find out that actually failing is actually a blessing in disguise. The most successful people in the world have failed massively. Now, the people you are calling successful persons were the persons who failed, but they did not stop trying. They failed massively. In fact, you are not qualified to succeed if you have not failed. Are you with me? You are not qualified to succeed if you have not failed. So the people who run away from failure, the people who run away from disappointment are the persons who are not willing to become what? Super successful. The people who have become super successful, who are becoming super successful, they have failed more than they have succeeded. Dr. Ba has failed more than he has succeeded. If he tells you, you just see the good parts, right? If he tells you what he has gone through, if I tell you how many presentations, right, that I have done that there was no sign of, if I show you the scars, if I show you the scars, but you see, these were the things that made it possible for me to go and learn better, to improve myself, because I tried and it did not work. That made me retreat. And it made me improve myself. Successful people fail. They fail more than failures. Did you hear that? Successful people fail more than the failures. But what makes them eventually successful is that they don't give up in spite of the failings and the disappointment. What makes the failure a failure is that the failure gives up as a result of the what? As a result of the failures. As a result of the disappointment. But successful people, they go on in spite of the failure, and that is why they become successful. So many of us allow our disappointments, even in your business. There are sometimes you are running your business, codes are no longer, the codes have dried up. Then because the codes are dried up, then you go and pack, you go and sit down. You are no longer doing it. Come on now, come on. Do you really mean that you want to be successful? I don't want to miss that. So this is Michael Jordan, one of the world's greatest athletes, one of the world's greatest basketballers. And this is his testimony. He said, I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. 26 times I have been trusted to take the game's winning shot and missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life. And he said, that is what qualified me to succeed. You see those failures that I have had, those failures I have gone through, those disappointments, those shots I tried to take that I missed, they were the things that made me better. Do you know why? Because when I miss them, I don't go back to sleep. What happens is that what? When he missed those shots, when he misses all of those shots that would have won the distance, he goes back to train again. He goes back to train again. That is the benefit of failing. That is the benefit of being what? Of being disappointed. He goes back to train. And because of that, he is successful and one of the world's richest what? Richest athletes. I was reading about him some time ago. I was watching a documentary on him. The guy is a billionaire. Today now, the man is a successful man. He is no longer playing basketball, but the guy is doing well for himself. He had to fail. How come in this business? Little disappointments. I call them little. Normal disappointment is what is taking you out. How come? Because you tried something, it did not work. Oh, because you are trying. Oh, fine. The codes are no longer coming. The next thing in your mind is to give up. That's the next thing you're thinking of. You are tired. It's actually, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. What have you done that you are tired? Let's make progress. Now watch this.
Respect failure as much as you respect success. In fact, fear people who have not failed. They are too innocent to counsel you. There is a requisite level of failure you must carry as a badge to balance your understanding in counseling people. Believe me, anybody who comes to you with 100 over 100 is still a child in the school of success. There is a requisite scar that gives you a balanced perspective. Have you failed enough to be able to talk to me? Don't tell me all the stories. I just prayed and the person was healed. I just spoke and they gave me an auditorium. You are not the person to counsel me. I respect you. Carry your results until you learn the other side of life. My goodness, there are people that have failed enough and they can talk to you. When they talk to you, they utter from their pain. Their pain has been turned to wisdom. Every sentence is a life lesson. A woman who tells you, I have been barren for 10 years. Now God.
Did you hear that? Have you failed enough to be able to counsel persons? Have you failed enough and succeeded? He said, respect failure. Because failure makes it easier and better for you to actually become a better version of yourself. Of yourself, rather. And that is what gives you a balanced view. Now, you see, for you to actually, this success you're talking about, you have to endure the other side of it. You have to endure the other side of it. So if you understand this thing, you will understand that, listen, those disappointments you are facing, those things that don't seem to be working well, is actually preparing you to be a better person. You see, that is what makes you a better mentor. You can mentor what? You can mentor others. You see, it is the experience that you have gone through that is what can enable you show others how not to fail. Follow me. There are 3 reasons why people keep failing. There are 3 reasons why people keep failing. Now listen to me. That it is okay for you to fail doesn't mean you should give room for mediocrity. Oh, don't say, okay, Architect Moses say it is okay to fail. It is okay to, I should just be failing. No. Your failure has not become, how do I put it, has not become a turning point if it has not pushed you to go and what? To go and build and to what? Improve yourself. What makes failure beneficial to you is that failure pushes you to go and become a better version of yourself. That's what failure does. Failure compels you to go and improve yourself. That's the goal. So you find out that if you try something and it did not work, what happens is that what? You go back and then try to what? You fortify yourself. That's what failure does. So it doesn't mean that you should just settle for a life of mediocrity. It's okay. It's like in this life, I am bound to fail. I'm not meant to succeed. Okay, there are some persons who are meant to succeed in this business. Okay, some people are at the top. They are the ones that are meant to succeed. Okay, no problem. There's no. I'll just let me just keep managing. Like no. That's not what it means. That it is okay to fail. It doesn't mean you should settle. No, it means that you should keep improving yourself until you get to the point where you are better at that thing that was causing you to fail. To start succeeding, you must tell yourself the truth. Someone was asking, is failure avoidable? The only way you can avoid failure is when you tell yourself the truth as to why you are failing. Are you with me now? Then, of course, failure can be the result of what? Many different factors, but there are three common reasons that impede success. Number one reason people fail is that what? You are not taking responsibility for your life or for your business. Number one reason people attempt failures, like I said before, the true definition of failure is when you've stopped trying. That's when you truly fail. So why is it that we have a lot of people who are unsuccessful, a lot of people who have failed? These are the persons who are not taking responsibility for their lives. They are not taking responsibility for their business. When you are caught up in the blame game, when you are blaming everybody, you are a failure. You can't succeed. Are you mean? Imagine that Michael Jordan, when he threw the shot, he said he missed over 300 shots, over 300. Oh, he has lost over 9,000 shots and then lost 300 games. That's what he said. Now imagine, right? Imagine that because he was attempting to take those shots and then he did not succeed at them. He now decided to start blaming his coach. My coach is he's not doing well. If our coach had already told us this one, no, he wouldn't have. Well, I wouldn't have been failing. Oh, the reason why I'm not getting the shot is because my teammates are not passing the ball to me. My teammates are not passing the ball to me. If he was busy blaming others, or he said, the post where I'm meant to, is it the basket now or the net? What do they call it in basketball, right? Now, if the post was actually too far, the post was too high. I've never played in this stadium before. I've never played in this pitch before. And that is why I could not get. You see, if he was busy blaming others other than himself, he wouldn't have the ring. Thank you very much. He wouldn't have done what? He wouldn't have improved on himself. Now, let me tell you what lack of taking responsibility does to you. When you are not taking responsibility for your life and your business, you don't go to work on yourself. You don't go back to work on yourself. When you are blaming your upline, when you are blaming your downlines, when you are blaming your teammates, you are blaming the business. The reason why the business is not, the reason why I'm not making money is because you see now, people are, excuse me, the business is now saturated. You know, everybody has known about the business. People are not interested in network marketing. That is why. You will never improve yourself. You will never improve on your skills. You will never try to improve on your result. Why? Because you are not seeing yourself as a reason why you are not getting the result. The day you begin to take responsibility that why I am not getting the result that I ought to get is because there is something I need to improve upon, you will keep failing. Are you with me now? Are you with me now? So that is what taking responsibility, what it means to take responsibility for your life and for your business is that what? If this result, I'm not getting this result, in the same business, others are getting the result. If others are getting the result, it means there is something they know. It means there is something they are doing that I am not doing. You see, that will push you to go and find out, this guy, you will begin to call the people who are succeeding. So what is it you are doing? My business is not moving. I am not generating codes. Nothing seems to be working. Please, can you tell, boy, you are getting the result. Tell me what you are doing. Tell me how you are doing it. Tell me what you are saying. Send me what you are using to grow your business. And then you do what? You go and learn. You improve. That is you taking responsibility for your life and for your business. That is how to overcome failure. You know why people fail? Because people fail to take responsibility for their failures. They fail to take responsibilities for their failure. And you see, so long as you refuse to take responsibilities for the lack of results that you are getting, guess what? You will remain there. And if you remain there, you will not do what? You cannot be the success that you ought to be. So one of the reasons people keep failing is because they're not taking responsibility. The day you begin to take responsibility, you begin to seek out. The second reason people keep failing is because you don't believe in yourself enough. You don't believe in yourself enough. In fact, that is why most people even what? They blame others. Why? Because they don't believe they have what it takes to create success. You don't believe. You don't believe in yourself enough. You don't believe that you have what it takes to change the results. You don't believe that you have what it takes to create the result. Listen to me. There is nothing that can change your results in this life, in this business, if you do not believe that you have what it takes to turn things around. I'm telling you the truth. There is nothing. There is nothing. There is nothing that can make you succeed if you don't believe that within you lies the capacity to actually create the success that you need. If you don't believe it, there's no way it is going to happen. No one else is going to believe in yourself than you. Because let me tell you, the long and short of it, you are still the one who is going to create the success you are looking for. Somebody can mentor you. Are you with me now? Someone can mentor you, but at the end of the day, you are the one that will still implement that mentorship and create the result. You have to believe in yourself. Believe that you have what it takes to create the success. I have others who are, they don't have two heads. No, they don't. They are not smarter than me. They are not more intelligent than me. All I need to do is to know what they are doing. And then if I can impress myself to actually do what? To actually do exactly what they are doing, I will create the result. I can change my results. I want you to tell yourself, I have what it takes to change my results. I have what it takes to change my outcome. I have what it takes. I have what it takes. I have what it takes. All I need to do is to discipline. Is it discipline that I need? What is it that I need? What is it that is missing in the inside of me that I need to wake up, that I need to activate so that I can change my result? Listen to me. No one else is going to change your result but you. But you need to believe in yourself enough. How come? How come when your leader is coming for an event in your office or in your location, all of you are pumped up, all of you are excited, all of you are excited. Oh, our leader is coming for an event. Our leader is coming for an event. Oh, there's going to be massive result. There's going to be massive result. Now you see, do you know what creates that massive result? It's because you believe in your leader, that your leader has what it takes to present and there will be massive result. And what happens? You go into massive action. You start inviting massively. You start prospecting massively. And when that your leader comes, there will be result. Do you know why? Because you believe that when my leader shows up, that I'm going to get the results. How come you don't have that kind of belief on yourself? How come you don't believe that I can run presentations and there will be massive sign up? Is he not my leader? What is the difference between my leader and myself? He has one head, I have one head. He's a normal human being, I'm a normal human being. He doesn't even have more degrees than me. How come you don't have that level of belief on yourself? Now, you see, it is that lack of belief on yourself that causes you not to take massive actions, that causes you not to do massive activities, because you don't believe that you have what it takes to create the result, to turn around your results. And that's why you are calling you. Come now, we have not done. Come now, come and run events for us now, so that we can have mega this. You are going for a one-on-one. You are calling your leader. They say, please, there is what? I'm going for one-on-one. I'm going to meet one HNI. Please, can you come with me? Can you come with me? So that the HNI, boss, I need you to come with me. So that this one, it is because you don't believe in yourself enough. This morning, you need to believe in yourself. I have what it takes. I have what it takes to change my results. I have what it takes to change my outcome. Do not allow your past experiences to color your what? Your perception about yourself. Believe in yourself. Go out and create the result. Are you following me now? And then why do people keep failing? People give up too easily. You give up too easily. You attempt something and it did not work immediately. You did not get the result immediately. You give up on yourself. You conclude on yourself. You conclude on your teammate. I am not able to do this. I am not able to do this. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. You give up too easily on yourself. You give up too easily on yourself, and that is why you fail. That is why you fail. That is why we keep failing. You see, you can never achieve anything tangible when you give up easily. Are you with me now? When you give up too easily, you will never achieve anything tangible. The people who have achieved tangible success are people who never give up. They just kept believing when others had given up. So how do you overcome failure? Number one, you need to determine the root cause of your failure. Now, this will happen when you are taking responsibility for your life, you are taking responsibility for your business. How do you overcome failure? Sit down and do an X-ray. Sit down and do an autopsy. Why am I not getting the result? You see, solutions start when you start asking the question, why? That's when you start getting answers. But the challenge is that most of us don't even sit down to ask questions. We don't even sit down to ask. We don't sit down to probe. We don't sit down to investigate. We just conclude that we cannot succeed. We just conclude that we cannot do it. We just hang in the boots without even asking questions. That is why you fail. If you are going to overcome failure, you need to sit down and ask yourself, why am I not getting the results? Are there people who are getting the results? Yes, there are. Why am I not getting the results? What is the cause of my lack of results? Why am I not getting the outcome? What is the reason? Is it because of my skill? How come others are presenting and I'm not getting? Others are presenting, they are getting results. Myself, I will present and nobody is signing up. What is wrong? Is it the way I'm presenting? Is it the way I am dressing? Is it the way I talk? What is causing this lack of results? You must sit down and ask the question. How come others will run QSG and people are upgrading? People are upgrading. But when I run QSG, people in fact request for their money. They request for a refund of their money. What is the problem? Where is it coming from? How come in my office, others are inviting and people are coming? But me, when I invite, people are not coming. We are inviting, but people are not coming. What is the cause? Why are we not getting the outcome we deserve and that we desire? You need to sit down and ask questions. Because you see, it is these questions that will drive you to look for answers. These questions are the things that will drive you to go and improve yourself. Why am I finding it difficult to make new friends? Why is it that I don't have contact? My contacts are exhausted. I don't know who else to show this business opportunity to. How come there are people who are still signing up new persons? You heard it last week. Imelda was talking about Dr. Dr. Ma said, I'm starting all over again. He said, I'm going to build a new team. How come he's still signing up people? What is it about him? What is it about the leaders who are still building their business? How come me, I'm finding it difficult? What is the problem? You must ask the question of why. That's how to become better. That's how to overcome failure. In your office, you people are, nobody comes to your office anymore. Rather than sitting down and concluding, the people in this locality, they have known their business. Oh, they are no longer interested. That's why. No, sir, that's not it. That's not it. Sit down and ask questions. In this same city, others are running their business and they are still getting results. People are still signing up. In this same country. You know, some people tell you, hey, you know that with the hard economic condition in the country right now, people are no longer signing up into the business. People are finding it hard to sign up in. That's an excuse. Because in this same hard economy, people are still signing up. Others are getting people to sign up. People are paying 2.1 million naira for 31 accounts. In this same economy, people are paying 2.1 million for 31 accounts. How come in your team, people are not paying 31 accounts? These are the questions you must ask yourself. How come in my team, people are not paying 31 accounts? What is the problem? What is the challenge? Where am I getting it wrong? What am I doing? What am I not doing correctly? What am I doing wrong? Because until you begin to probe like this, you will keep experiencing the same outcome. Sit down and do an autopsy of your business. Sit down and do an autopsy of your activities. Sit down and do an autopsy. Why is it? Why is this thing not working for me? Why am I not getting? Where is the issue? Study those who are successful. Determine the root cause of your failure. Sit down with your teammates and ask critical questions. The month of July is coming to an end. Why didn't you make money? Where is the problem coming from? What do you think is the problem? Others are making, in this same month when you didn't make money, others made money, others are smiling. In fact, this month is becoming the best month for some persons. How come that you did not make money? Where is the problem coming from? Ask yourself. Ask your teammates, why am I not making money while others are making money? And by next week, Tuesday, people are going to be recognized. How come people are getting recognized, but I'm not getting recognized? What is the issue? Ask yourself questions. Find out what is the root cause of your failure. It could be because your skill is not strong enough. It could be because you are not following the system. It could be because you are not doing it the right way. It could even be because you are not even doing enough activities. Yeah, in fact, some of you are not even doing activities at all, yet you are expecting success. You must sit down and probe. That is the only way to overcome failure. That's one of the ways. Another way to overcome failure is what? You should try again. You see, when you have done an autopsy, when you have found out, when you have probed, right? When you have probed and you have asked questions and you have started discovering where the loopholes are coming from, you do what? You go and work on those loopholes, right? You go and improve on those loopholes. Are you with me now? You go and improve on them. Then what do you do now? You have to do what? You have to try again. But this time around, you are not trying again with the same level of ignorance that you had in the first attempt. No, this time around, you are smarter, you are wiser. Why? Because you have asked questions. Don't just try again in ignorance. This time around, you are trying again with some tangible answers to some questions. Are you with me now? So do you know why some of us keep failing? It's because we keep we say try again, say there, try again. But if you keep trying again with the same level of knowledge that you had before you had the previous challenge, you will keep getting the same result. But this time around, try again with a better understanding of the root cause of your what? Of your failure. Try again. But this time around, you have found out where the problem is coming from. You are better informed. You are better prepared. You are sharpened. You have your distance sharpened. You go and try again. Build resilience. There is no way you will fail so long as you keep trying. But make sure that as you are trying again, that you are better, you are smarter, you are more intelligent, you are better informed. If you were getting results before, people were signing up into your business before, and now they have stopped signing up. Ask yourself, why are they not signing up? Why have people stopped signing up? Ask yourself, if in your presentations, in your office, you ask that question, how come before we were getting results, people were signing up? Why is it that now people are no longer signing up? You find out what the answer is. You find out what the challenge is, and then you go back and try again. Are you with me now? You go back and try again. That is how to make sure you overcome failure. Now you see a lot of people, they fail to do this. They just throw in the towel. They say, I tried it, it did not work. They did not ask questions. They did not try to improve. They did not try to get things better. They did not improve on themselves. They just throw in the towel. That is the normal thing, the easiest thing to do. Just throw in the towel. And that is why they are what? They are failures. The reason I'm where I am today is because I kept trying, but I kept trying with more intelligence. I kept trying. Every new attempt, I was better equipped. Every new attempt, I was better informed. Every new attempt, I was better prepared. Don't keep trying again with the same level of ignorance you had before. Don't keep trying again with the same level of what? The same level of skills you tried initially. If you do it, you will still get the same result, even worse. Are you following me now? Then you need to redefine failure. The way you handle failure is dependent on how you define failure. What do you see failure as? Do you see failure as a testament that you are not good enough? What's your definition of failure? For some persons, failure means, no, I can't do this. Failure means, no, this is not for me. The fact that I'm failing at this, it means that, no, I am not meant to be doing this. That's the way some persons define failure. No, you need to redefine what failure is. Do you know why Michael Jordan could eventually succeed at what he was doing? Was because of his definition of failure. He was not seeing failure as a testament to stop. He was seeing failure. He redefined it because he saw failure as an indication for improvement. That's what it means. That's what it meant to him. That he was failing was an indication that he needed to improve, that he needed to become better. Are you with me now? Are you with me now? So, what is your definition of failure? While some persons, failure means don't try again. Failure means stop trying. Others, failure means it is time for improvement. And honestly, that's the way I see failure. You see, when I find out that I'm struggling at something, what it simply indicates to me now, what it tells me is that I need to improve and become better. Are you with me now? That's where I see resistance. When I try something that doesn't work, it's simply for me, it's an indication that I need to become better, that there is something I need to know that I currently don't know. There is something I need to learn how to do that I currently don't know how to do. And you see, it gives me room for what? For improvement. Now, when you see failure as an indication for improvement, you will never think of throwing in the towel. You will never think of giving up. The people who give up are those who see failure as an indication to stop. How do you see failure? What's your definition of failure? When you see failure as a learning opportunity, you will not be thinking of giving up. No, you won't. Are you with me now? When you see failure as a learning experience, you see, that's why Eric Quarry said, he said, I never fail. I only learn. I never fail. That's a redefinition of failure. I am not failing. I am only learning. Redefine failure. Build mental toughness. If you ever want to be successful, you must build mental toughness. Why? Because I can tell you the truth. Failing comes with a lot of emotional burden. It is difficult. You know, it is not as easy as we say. It is difficult sometimes when you expected to get a level of result and the result is not forthcoming. It can be weighing. It can weigh on your words, on your emotions. It can weigh on your psyche. What you need to do is what? You need to build mental toughness. That's what it takes. If you don't have mental toughness, you will give up at the slightest resistance. You see, the people who easily give up are the people who have not built mental toughness. People who give up too easily, they've not built mental toughness. But you see, people who have been, they just understand it is part of the journey. So you need to build mental toughness. You need to build it. You need to be mentally tough to stay in there and then go. You see, you will not try again if you don't have mental toughness. No, you won't. You won't even sit down to ask questions if you don't have mental toughness. If you have not developed a thick skin, you won't be there. You won't be there to even ask the question. You will quit at the slightest provocation. You will quit at the slightest discouragement. You see, that's what happens to a lot of people in our business. At the slightest discouragement, the slightest resistance they get, they leave. And it's not their fault. They've not built mental toughness. It's only the people that have built mental toughness that can stay and even ask the questions. You would have to build mental toughness. You have to be mentally tough. And you see, this is not just for this business. It's for every aspect of life that you desire to be what? To be successful at. You must become tough. I'm telling you, weak people don't succeed. Only tough people do. Weak people don't succeed. If you didn't learn anything today, learn this. weak people, whether people who are mentally weak, whether people who are intellectually weak, you find out that everybody who is successful is tough. You have to be mentally tough. You have to be intellectually tough. You have to be psychologically tough. Weak people don't succeed. Only tough people do. That's why somebody wrote a book and said, tough times don't last, but tough people do. You have to be tough in this life. If you are not tough, you cannot succeed. If you are not mentally tough, you cannot succeed. Are you with me now? Then finally, never give up. You have not failed until you give up. Now, quitting, giving up should never be an option. There are some persons right now, they are going through a season in their business. They are going through a season in their business. They've given up. No, I can't take this. Come on now, come on. You've not failed until you've given up. You've not failed until you've given up. Are you with me now? So I'm going to play a short video and then we'll bring this meeting to a close. I hope you're learning already. I hope you've learned.
I would love to discuss something about the failures, mistakes we made. The thing I feel most thankful is all the mistakes, all the refuse that I got. Because without that, there will never be Alibaba. In the past 18 years, every day we make mistakes. Every day we were rejected. I think being rejected, being refused by people, that is very natural. Because of so many mistakes, too much failure, that make me never complain.
So I applied jobs for 30 times, got rejected. I went for a police, they said, no, you're not good. I went to even the KFC. When KFC come to China, come to IC, 24 people went for the job. 23 people accepted. I was the only one guy. And we went for police. 5 people, 4 of them accepted. I was the only guy that I received it. So to me, being turned down, rejected. Oh, by the way, I told you that I applied for Harvard for 10 times, rejected.
Why people should help you? You have to prove yourself, then people would help you. Alibaba was not made today. Alibaba was made 18 years ago in my apartment. They're believing that using internet empower others, using internet to help young people, small business, and women will have bright future. So it's been 18 years hard working. We came here. I learned a lot from those people who failed. I learned a lot from those people who made mistakes. I learned a lot from my mistakes. Today, there are a lot of books about us. I don't read these books because I think these books are not about us. People love to see successful stories, but most of the success stories, they succeed because of the mistakes. I encourage all the young people, entrepreneurs, to learn from the mistakes. Do not study successful stories. Successful stories in the Harvard Business School, normally, there are a lot of things behind you don't know. But if you learn from the mistakes, if you learn, especially the failure case studies, it's going to help you. What I want to say is not about you. You learn from mistakes does not mean you will avoid mistakes. You will learn the attitude towards these mistakes and never give up, fighting again. Of course, it's very painful when you're rejected, when you're refused. I went all around looking for money. Nobody give us the money. I all go around looking for partnerships. Nobody believed small business and e-commerce in China would work. Nothing is free. If you want to be successful, you have to pay the price. Today is very tough. Tomorrow is more tougher. The day after tomorrow is beautiful, but most people die tomorrow evening. You have to work very hard. Every tough days, every tough situations, problems you meet, that is the training of yourself. Let me tell you, future is the opportunity for everybody, especially the opportunity for young people, because we have nothing to lose. Right? This is what I tell myself 18 years ago. 18 years ago, we did not have money, so we have no money to lose. We don't have technology. We have no technology to lose. So stay full. Stay foolish to your dream and continue to fight. So this is what we did as an entrepreneur. We never complain. When people complain, the opportunity comes. So if you can solve the complaints, that is your opportunity.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Every tough situation, every tough challenge you have is the training that you need. The tough times in your business, the tough challenges that you face is the training that you need to go to the next level. Redefine the way you see tough times. Redefine the way you see failure. You see failure. Redefine it. That's what you need to move to the next level, right? So yes, things are not moving the way they ought to in your business. Come on, that is what you need to move to the next level. Ask the relevant questions, improve on the relevant aspect, and get to work. Try again, build better. And before you know it, you become successful. And that's why people celebrate you. And he said, today is tough. Tomorrow will be tougher. But the day after tomorrow is going to be beautiful. But you know the challenge? He said most people give up tomorrow evening. Most people give up before they get to that beautiful tomorrow. Before they get to that beautiful next tomorrow. A lot of persons give up. A lot of persons, quit before they get there. Will you be there to see the beautiful day after tomorrow? Or would you give up in the today that is tough, in the tomorrow that is tougher? Or would you stay and then keep improving and then keep developing until you overcome the tough times? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is the end of this training. God bless you all.
All right, Star Nation, let's celebrate our very own. Thank you so much, Ambassador Actep Moses, the Eagle. Thank you so much, sir, for this awesome training. God bless you. Star Nation, let's go to the comment section and appreciate him. Let's go to the comment section and appreciate him. Let's go to the comment section and appreciate him. All right, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And remember that every single thing that we have learned, let us not just be hearers, but let's be doers. Let's implement every single thing. So whatever you're having challenges in, continue doing it. Are you having challenges in presentation? Or what do I need to do better? How do I need to do close down? Just go ahead and continue, continue learning and continue doing all of these things so that you get better. All right, so that you get better. I also want us to use the opportunity to type on the comment section. Let's type, I will never give up. I will never give up. Let's go to the comment section and type quickly. I will never give up. Let's go to the comment section and type, I will never give up. Okay. If you can hear the sound of my voice, go to the comment section and type, I will never give up. I will never give up. Yes, we are unstoppable. We'll never give up. We will never give up. We'll keep pushing. We'll keep pushing. We'll keep pushing. Okay. We'll never give up. All right. All right. So let's remember, I'm going to be taking some announcements. So I need us to pay attention quickly. All right. So let's remember that tomorrow, Tuesday, is our Millionaire School. Yes. It's another beautiful, another amazing week. So remember that every Tuesday, 8 p.m. is our Millionaire School, Star Nation Millionaire School. So make sure you get your teammates. Make sure that you get them connected on time. Make sure you get them connected on time. And tomorrow's cell meeting is 7 a.m. Tomorrow's cell meeting is 7 a.m. Make sure that you're connected. And what's today's date? Star Nation, what's today's date? What's today's date? What's today's date? What is today's date? What's today's date? All right, 29. 29. It means that it's, in fact, the month has ended already. The month has ended already. This is the right time. In fact, some of us, some smart persons in the house have started setting goals for next month. All right, so some smart persons in the house have started setting goals for next month already. And for those of us in the Challenge 36 platform, we already know this is 29. There's a lot that can happen. There is a lot that can happen. There is a lot that can happen this month. Okay, there's a lot that can happen. The month is not over. In fact, the month has not ended until it has ended. So there's a lot that we can do. There's a lot we can do in the Challenge 36 platform. There are some persons that have hit, in fact, they have hit Star Connector three times, as in Star Connector 1, 2, 3, just this month. Okay, so there is a lot that we can achieve. There is a lot we can achieve if only we put our mind towards it. Okay, if only we put our mind towards it. And also, let's remember that every first of the month is our prayer and fasting. Okay, so let's remember that every first of the month is our prayer and fasting, and the first of the month of the 1st of August, rather, it's on Thursday. So let's remember to do our prayers and fasting, and let's also pray for our country. Okay, let's also pray for our country. We've actually been seeing getting some information that there's protest, but you know, there is nothing. There is nothing that will happen. So let's make sure that we stay safe. Okay, let's make sure we stay safe. Let's make sure that we grind, build our business. Let's reach out to as many as possible people. Let's reach out to as many as possible, because there are so many people that are in search. There are so many people that are looking for this opportunity right now. So this is the right time. In fact, Big Brother is actually up. Hey, distractions left, right, center. So let us make sure that this is not, in fact, this is not the right time for you to get distracted. Remember our mastermind in person of Ambassador Dr. Elijah, but he gave us the peak period of our business. So this is the right time. This is not the right time for you to get distracted. This is not the time, rather, for you to get distracted. Okay, this is not the time for you to get distracted. So if you got that, go to the comment section and type "got that." Please don't get distracted. Make sure you pay attention. Don't allow all of these things distract you. Make sure that you grind your business, because this same period, some persons will actually become multi-millionaires. Some persons will actually become millionaire secret earners. Some persons will become millionaire mentors this same period. So make sure you're part of the people that are achieving their goals this period. So Star Nation, join me as I make welcome on stage our very own mentor in person of Ambassador Dr. Elijah Jamba, the Phenom. Let's welcome our mentor on the comment section. If you can hear the sound of my voice, let's welcome our mentor on the comment section. Please make all right, so let's keep welcoming our mentor on the comment section. Let's keep welcoming our mentor. Let's keep welcoming our mentor. If this man has impacted, if this man has helped you one way or the other in your business, if this man has helped you, in fact, this man is a blessing to our generation. He is a blessing to our generation, the one and only Phenom worldwide. Let's make welcome our mentor on the comment section. Keep welcoming him. Please kindly make his device co-host. Okay, please kindly make his device co-host. So let's keep welcoming our mentor. Let's keep welcoming our mentor, our daddy, the father of fathers, the mentor of all mentors. Let's keep welcoming our mentor. Let's keep welcoming our mentor on the comment section. Let's keep welcoming our mentor on the comment section. Let's keep welcoming our mentor on the comment section. And let's also remember that the home launch challenge is still on. The home launch challenge is still on. So remember and make sure that you're participating. Make sure you and your team are participating in the home launch challenge, okay? Make sure you and your team, you're participating in the home launch challenge. So let's keep welcoming our mentor. Let's keep welcoming our mentor. Let's keep welcoming him. Let's keep welcoming him. All right, so let's keep welcoming him. Let's keep welcoming him on the comment section. Let's keep welcoming this man on the comment section. Keep welcoming him till you hear his voice. Keep welcoming him till you hear his voice. Keep welcoming our leader. Keep welcoming him. Keep welcoming him. Good morning, sir. The stage is yours, sir.
Everyone, thank you, everyone. It's an amazing day and amazing training, overcoming failure. Something I've come to love about failure. Failing actually is not failure. Failing is takes you closer to your goal. The only person that cannot fail is the person that is not trying. So if you are trying something new, there's a good chance you can fail, but there's also a good chance that you can succeed. So if you are not failing, then you are not trying something new. So congratulations to those that are experiencing challenges, experiencing some form of failure or the other. Massive congratulations to you, because that means at least you are trying. Congratulations to the person that have tried presentation and it went bad, it was mocked, it was laughed at. Congratulations to the person that tried doing a home launch and it didn't go well and it was laughed at. Congratulations to the person that tried doing a booking call and it was insulted or was mocked. Congratulations to those who tried share questionnaires and they went all day and could not do nothing. Congratulations to everyone that is failing. What that means is you are trying. It means you are making progress. It means you are doing something, and that is why you are failing. So massive congratulations to you. Massive congratulations to you. And I need us to take our home launch challenge very seriously these few days that are left. After the Evolve, I told us we're going to go on 3 months. I don't know if I told everyone, I already told the leaders. I told us we're going to go on 3 months, 90 days challenge, but they announced it as 90 days. I think I told all of us. I'm not very sure if I told all of us. So, but those challenges are going to be divided into 3 months. 3 months of specific challenges. So the first challenge is to do home launch, and the goal was for everyone that attended the Evolve to have done their home launch. So if you did not do your home launch yet, or you've not anchored any home launch yet, you have today, tomorrow, and next to do that. Make sure you do that, because it is just the first stage of the momentum phase. Okay, it's just the first stage of the momentum phase. Okay, so from August, also to counter the major distractions that will be everywhere from August, I just said, somebody was asking me, Big Brother is starting today. I say, are they still doing that thing? Olympics, I think is still on. Euro 2024 just finished. What they call it? My video. Okay, so Euro 2024 just finished. Olympics is still on. Copa America 2024 just finished. And Big Brother has I think Olympics is still on, but yes, I think the Olympics is still on. I've not been following all these things. Okay, and Big Brother has started. They said it's going to last 3 months. They say it's going to last 3 months. Now, any man, any woman that survives distraction becomes a superhuman in their field. Any person that is not taken away by distraction becomes a superhuman in their field. If you are not getting the best of results in this business, distraction is definitely hitting you somewhere. If you look very well, you will see that you are not focused. You see that you are not focused. You see that you are heavily distracted. So, as you overcome failure, you will not truly become successful if you don't deal with distraction. What is distraction? Anything that is not allowing you give complete focus to what you should be doing at that time T is distraction, irrespective of what it is. Anything that is not allowing you to give complete attention or focus to what you should be doing at that time T is distraction, irrespective of what it is. Okay? So, well, that is Olympics. So, before Olympics finish, Big Brother is already there. Some people are going to sit down in their house and be watching people sitting in somebody else's house. And they are arguing, and they say it's reality TV show. They are going to sit down and be watching people in other people's house for almost 3 months. After watching them, they will use their money and vote for people. After using their money to vote for the people, those people will become, one of them will come out as a millionaire. Then the broke people that do not have money would have voted for them. They say they caught fun. They'll come out and be saying, we are the one that won. We are the one that won. I think that's one of the most sick things I've heard. When you hear of a poor man saying, we just signed him Ronaldo, we are going to sell Messi. As if, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. But please avoid this distraction. If you can avoid distraction, you become a superhuman. If you can avoid distraction, if you can give even light, you see this light that's up there? You see this light that you're seeing up there? With proper focus, can cut through iron. That's what they call laser. With proper focus, light can cut through iron. With proper focus, light can cut through iron. I need us to focus on this whole 90 days. The first 1 month was for Home Run Challenge. And the goal is to expose us, is to give us a chance at failure. Thank you for this training today, Architect Moses, Ambassador Moses. Please let's appreciate him again on the chat room. Is to give us a chance at failure for those of us that have not done home runs before. Is to kill that fear of failure. Let us at least face these challenges once and for all. Now, as a way to also counter some of this distraction, August 2024 is our momentum month. Okay, it's the momentum month. And what we'll be doing every weekend for August 2024, every weekend we'll be doing mega events across all the different states and different cities. Okay, mega events across all the different states and all the different cities. Any city I am in at the time, I'll feature in the mega events. As for Abuja, I'll spend most of my time in Abuja. I'll be featuring in most of the mega events. Port Harcourt mega event yesterday was amazing. The one for August is on the 25th of August. I might visit some other cities. So mega events every week. Okay, so the game plan for August is mega event every week. And if you have the Evolve t-shirt, wear it to the mega event. If you do not have the Evolve, that will be the theme for the mega event. Evolve. Okay, Evolve. Mega event presentations back to back, massive close down. If you have the Evolve t-shirt, wear it to the mega event. It will be part of the dress code so that we have a form. We are seen as organized. It's seen as organized. When you come into a place and you see a set of people, the people organizing it dressed in a manner, it gives you this sense of coordination and gives you this sense of, okay, you want to belong to those group, So to be the Evolve t-shirt, we decide black jean, blue jean, white jean, whatever we're wearing, since we are the anchors, we have to stand out. So massive mega events, and most of these mega events will be outside the office. Okay, for Abuja to be outside the office. Other cities, to be good if you can do yours outside the office, but mega events should be ideally outside the office. So it's for momentum, because if it's outside the office, we can have a lot of persons, No, can you have more to buy? Of course, the t-shirts are still available. The t-shirts are still available. There's also the ones that was pretend for the Evolve. So you can get the t-shirts. You know, you come in your branded t-shirt to the Evolve. Okay, and it's going to be mega event. All the top leaders in Star Nation will feature in the different locations. Okay, and for our Zoom presentations, Sunday Zoom presentations this August is going to be super packed. It's going to be super intense. I'm going to personally oversee them, and for some of them, if not all, I'm going to at least show face. At least I will show face. At least show face. Because this is a month of mega event. You know, it's going to be intense. It's going to be intense. So all those your prospects, some of those people that if you invite them to the office, they might not come. You know, some of those people that you might not be able to invite for regular presentations. This is your opportunity. You know, starting from Sunday, I think Sunday is August 4th, to the end of August is going to be a tsunami. Okay? So please take note of it. August is our month of momentum. It's our momentum month. Okay? As we go through it, preparing for September, that will mark the end. End of September will mark the end of the 90 days strategic sessions. You know, by just promoting home launches, you know, it appears as if there was a reduction in activity. Some of you might have noticed it. It appears as if there was a reduction in results. But make no mistake, that was where the leaders are going to emerge in August. We are being formed. You know, it is the pruning stage. Okay, it's the pruning stage, you know, for this momentum period. So get ready. If you're ready to do your homework, make sure you do it today, tomorrow, or next. Today, tomorrow, or next. Or you can play with your leader. You can carry over for this week. But from August 4th, our momentum months have kicked off already. Okay? So start using all the systems you can use: radio jingles, TV broadcast, YouTube ad, Instagram ad, Facebook ad, whatever it is, church launch, all kinds of anywhere you can share this opportunity, questionnaires and all that, all the systems, and get them to the mega event. Let the top leaders close them down as we continue this 90 days challenge. Serious momentum in this August. Okay, and it will also help us counter all the distractions the world is throwing at us. And as I sign off, remember this: any man, any woman that can survive distraction becomes a superhuman. That's what it is. That's what it is. If you can survive distraction, you become a superhuman. Okay. There are rumors of a protest coming on the 1st of August. Please, I want everybody in Star Nation to be safe. Make sure you are 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 safe. Okay? Thank you for the opportunity to share. Sophie, you can bring this meeting to a close. God bless you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ambassador Dr. Elijah Mbah. Let's go to the comment section, Star